Hello again, rail fans. It's Travis from RockRiverRails. Today is Sunday, April 12th, and today I am in Cedarburg, Wisconsin for their Model Railroad Show and swap meet. So a pretty good crowd here in Cedarburg, as you can see. We're going to head on inside and check out the show. Please give the video a like, leave me a comment with your thoughts, and definitely subscribe to the RockRiverRails YouTube channel. And let's go inside and check out the show. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the 30th Annual Model Railroad Show in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. It was held on April 12th, 2026 at the Fairgrounds and Expo Center. The admission fee was $5 for adults, children 12 and under free. And right as we walk in the door, we take a look at the free items, the free trains magazines and model railroad magazines available free for the taking. Pretty typical for every train show. And then inside this expo center here, it is quite large, as you can see here from this photo, and a really nice facility all around. So right away, we will go ahead and get started with the show here for 2026. Take a look at some railroad literature here at these first few vendors and booths. Some DVDs and so forth, and even some VHS videos for sale. And then jumping right into some HO scale rolling stock, some Lionel, which is kind of different. And then more videos, more VHS tapes, if you still have a VHS player. Lots and lots of those for sale. And then some soda and pop themed boxcars here. In various different scales, some Lionel, O gauge, as well as some S gauge mixed in here. So not too bad, $20 for some of these cars. Some of these look like Menards. And then I really like that Tropicana Lionel, that Tropicana boxcar right here. I meant to actually go back and grab that, but I completely forgot about it, and I really wish I would have picked that up. It was a pretty cool display piece for my train cave. So moving along here, we've got some intermodal on some spine cars. Lots and lots of Lionel. More Lionel here, various scenery. Various train sets and so forth. And more scenery here. Not too bad, $5 or $10 for a building there. And then some Rail King. And then into our first layout of the show, the Metro Railroad Club of Port Washington, Wisconsin. They actually hosted this show today. So we appreciate you guys hosting the event. And it was a fantastic show. And now we're going to go ahead and take a look at their layout here. We've seen this layout previously. I think the last time we saw it was in Milwaukee or Madison. But always a fantastic layout to take a look at. They have great scenery, great road work, track work, ballast work. The buildings are fantastic, great detail on those. The trains themselves, as you can see here, a lot of them are weathered, which really adds a lot of realism to the layout. So we'll take a look at some photos here of some of the buildings, and I really like that Menards boxcar there. That's pretty unique in HO scale. And then a Kentucky Fried Chicken, very neat as well. And then we've got some nature scenes here with some winding roads and vehicles on the layout. I really like the trees and the rock and the turf on this layout here. And then even in this photograph here, we have some rail fans doing some rail fanning trackside. So a very nice touch there. I really got a kick out of that. And moving along, we take a look at a main street here with some residential and businesses and so forth, and various industry as well. And then we'll run some more pictures here. As I said earlier, very nice detail on these buildings. And then we've got some livestock as well here. Moving along the layout, various industry, lots of rolling stock at the various industries and so forth, like the center beam here, and looks like a lumber facility of some sort maybe. And then we've got our passing Sioux Line train here. Very nice detail on that train. And all the cars are pretty much weathered. I really enjoyed this scrapyard as well. We've seen this before. But the animation and then the weathering on the fence and the buildings is pretty spot on. So we'll take a look through the trees here into some more industry. As our train, a couple of trains pass by, we got to meet here with our Green Bay Packer train. So moving along the layout here, very nice bridges. We've got some hobos here underneath the bridge around a campfire along the river. So very realistic, as you can see from the close-up. We try to get a lot of close-ups on the layouts here today so you can see the extreme detail that goes into these model railroad layouts. As you can see there, you can find them on Facebook as well, so definitely check them out and stay up to date as to when you can catch them at a show nearby or an upcoming show in the Midwest region. So here is a cutaway picture of a building and inside of that to show you what it looks like. Lots of detail inside as well. And we'll do a video across this section here to give you a close-up look at the inside of the building. So lots going on the layouts. We've got water towers, coaling towers, various industry, some tank cars there, and then here we have a turntable with a CSX locomotive and a little engine house maybe there on the end. So very nicely done. Thank you for hosting the show and bringing your layout as well. Back into the vendors, we've got some HO scale rolling stock, some Wisconsin and Southern box cars there, very nice. And then lots of open Athearn blue box for sale here as well, with some very quality pieces for reasonable pricing. In these foam boxes, also very nice rolling stock. And this here is HO scale. Some intermodal containers. And then some O gauge. And various O gauge components and track. Some Lionel brand new in the box here. And then various controllers, components, and so forth. And then a bunch of parts here in these bins that are all labeled nicely if you're looking for something specific. And then some railroad memorabilia here, signage, hats, timetables, and literature, and so forth. And then also a fair amount of N scale at this show as well. So as usual, I try to get all the prices in there for you the best I can, as well as include as much as I can within the photo. So like I always say, if you're new to the channel here and we're going too quickly, just go ahead and pause the video so you can get a closer look at pricing or maybe some details on items. Even had a Kalmbach media building here with some C&W logos on it. I believe that was or is the owner of Trains Magazine. But moving along here, we've got more N scale, lots of Atlas N scale as well, which is nice. And then some railroad spikes, various trackage, various parts. It's always nice to see loose parts if you're looking for something specific. We've got construction equipment and scenery, buildings and structures in all sorts of different scales. And then more HO scale rolling stock. Here we've got some Intermountain and some Scale Trains rivet counter. More Intermountain, even some Woodland Scenics scenery and buildings. Some steam and HO scale at a reasonable price there. And then various scenery and lighting effects and components for your LED lighting needs and so forth on your layout or your model railroad needs. Lots and lots of vehicles. In different scales. Some Avon pieces there. I'm not sure exactly what those were. And then lots of Lionel steam and so forth. Lots of steam at this vendor here. So it looks like $10 a piece on these loose freight cars. Not a bad price there. I really like that road rail or semi-truck. That was pretty cool. And then more various components. I always see a lot of Lionel components at the shows we've attended this show season, so always seem to be available in the used market. Lots of various trackage. More HO scale rolling stock and some locomotives here now. And various scenery. Lots of cornerstone building kits here. Some of the older Cornerstone as well as the new Walthers building kits here at this vendor. And then some smaller scenery. Looks like maybe some N-scale there or smaller. And then N-scale rolling stock. And Lionel train sets. So lots and lots of loose freight cars. I got a kick out of these billboards here with the Amtrak and then the Yeti or Bigfoot for the Jack Link's beef jerky there. And then your various buildings, even an Arby's there for sale. Some starter sets here for those getting into the hobby. Lots and lots of scenery in very good shape as well. These buildings here have an old Western theme. And then some circus train, rolling stock, and so forth. Looks like some more HO scale rolling stock here. And then next up, we're going to take a look at the Metro Milwaukee Z-scale diorama or layout that they brought to the show. You can really do a lot with Z-scale in a very small space. So their layout here is very detailed. Let's take a look. Very nice scenery. Very nice track work and buildings and multiple trains running, which is very nice to see. So very nicely done. I really like the scenery portions of their layout. We appreciate you guys attending the show here in Cedarburg. Back to the vendors. Lots and lots of HO scale here to start back. Lots of Rapido, as well as loose rolling stock. Really nice Intermountain Conrail auto rack there. I really like that. And then various locomotives. More loose rolling stock here. More trackage and controllers. Lots of Intermountain brand new in the box, it looks like, which is nice. More of that here. Some Athearn ready to roll Walther's mainline. So a good amount of hoppers here, brand new in the box as well. Some Bowser. A fair amount of Atlas. Like I said, a good amount of Walthers. And then your loose rolling stock pieces as well. So averaging about $10 or under on the loose freight cars here. So quite a bargain at this vendor. And if you're looking for something brand new in the box, maybe a little higher quality, they also have that available as well here. So far, so good at the show. Really nice quality pieces. Even the used items, they were all in really good shape. So even, $9 for a hopper brand new in the box, $7 here. You can't really beat these prices. Some more various scenery and building kits, even a bridge for sale there. More scenery, more bridges. That shell fuel tank was pretty neat. Some good detail there. Lots of nice buildings here, nice bright colors and contrast with a fair amount of detail. So looks like if you just add some weathering to some of these structures, you got some really detailed scenery and building pieces. So also various animals and people and lighting and signage. Some really nice HO scale vehicles here at this vendor as well. Some really nice vehicles here. These were really detailed. The higher the quality on your vehicles, on your layout, the more realistic it's going to look. So if you can afford to, definitely don't skimp out on spending on vehicles for your layout. Some more HO scale rolling stock here, Athearn, Atlas, Walthers. We've got some hopper sets here as well for sale if you're looking to do a unit train. And then as always, these pieces that some of these vendors bring in these boxes with foam in them are always really nice quality. And then looks like about $10 a piece, so you really can't beat that. Some really nice tank cars as well. Lots and lots of box cars, still $10 a piece. And then getting into some open box locomotives here. Lots of Walthers train line, lots of Atlas. And then next up here, we're going to take a look at the Metro Milwaukee Z-scale club and their small little layouts that they actually have in, looks like briefcases. So the Z-scale is so small that you can do a whole layout here inside of a briefcase, which I really get a kick out of. But if you're really tight on space, take a look at Z-scale. You can get away with countertop layouts or like coffee table layouts, or in this case, they have layouts that you can just put in a briefcase and they are portable and so forth. So really nicely done. I really like to see all this detail that you can fit into such a small space here in the Z-scale world of the model railroad hobby. So we appreciate you guys attending the show. Very nicely done. We really enjoyed taking a look at those. And back to the vendors. Got some older literature and catalogs here, as well as some scenery and buildings and train sets here, some starter sets. We've got a Bachmann starter set there, as well as various rolling stock and trackage. Some more rolling stock here in various scales. Lots of really nice Lionel O-scale pieces here. A fair amount of Lionel steam as well. And as we've previously seen, more controllers and components. Next up is Carlson Estate Sales. We've seen them numerous times and at numerous shows this year, so they have a lot to go over. So we appreciate them coming. We're not going to take too deep of a look there. We're going to go ahead and move on. We've got the next vendor here with various components, buildings, rolling stock, locomotives. Some older Bachmann Spectrum steam here. Some Athearn Genesis. Lots of really nice steam locomotives at this vendor, I noticed. As you can see here in these photos. And various diesel locomotives as well for sale. So your Walthers mainline up to Walthers Proto, as well as numerous Bachmann, Proto 2000, some Roundhouse as well as Atlas, even some Rapido and Bowser. So lots and lots of locomotives at this vendor in diesel and steam. Some nice Amtrak locomotives. And then some higher quality Proto and Genesis. Even some Fox Valley models in the mix, which is nice to see. A fair amount of Intermountain HO scale locomotives here, as well as some Kato and more Walthers and Athearn starter locomotives, some Proto 2000 again. So next up here, we've got the Kettle Moraine Ballast Scorchers out of West Bend, Wisconsin. We've seen them numerous times as well this show season. My first time actually seeing this Wisconsin and Southern passenger train, which was very nicely done. We've also seen the Green Bay Packer train numerous times on their layout this show season, but let's take a look at the layout again and see what they brought to the show here today. So a very nice depot here as our Green Bay Packer train goes by. Even has a Chicago Bears car there, so they had one of those in the mix. Moving along, various industry. Nice detail and scenery. Their track work is spot on. We've got a cement facility here on the corner as we move into like a main street here. These buildings are fantastic on the layout. Very nice detail. Very nice with the lighting inside them as well as on the outside. Really adds a nice realistic effect to the layout. It looks like they've got a module for sale. I'm not sure if it's this layout here or an actual like smaller module. So you can get a hold of them. I know they have a Facebook page if you're interested in more information on that. So check them out on social media. And then we've got a steam train passing by here making the curve. So very nice there. It looks like, from what I could tell, the Milwaukee Road. And then they've got various unique cars on that train. Moving along throughout the city here. Got some construction scenes. Some nice backdrops. Looks like an active fire scene or some sort of accident or a first responder scene there, as well as a very nice depot here. Looks like for Wausau, Wisconsin. So I spent a lot of my childhood in Wausau, Wisconsin, so I really enjoy that depot. And then on the corner here, we've got a soccer field with a soccer field going on, or excuse me, a soccer game going on there. So very nice sports fields, very nice turf and grass. So lots going on. We've got trains tied down of all sorts. Lots of industry. I really like the scenery and detail here. So like I said, we've seen this layout numerous times, but always enjoy seeing it. Just really nice and simple and clean. I really like how clean the layout is. So thank you guys for attending the show. Again, this is the Kettle Moraine Ballast Scorchers out of West Bend, Wisconsin. Back into the vendors here now. We've got some building and scenery pieces. I believe this is a DDA 40X. I could be totally wrong though. I couldn't get the best look at that. And then some really nice pieces here, brand new in the box, HO scale rolling stock as well as locomotives. Lots of Rapido, Atlas. I really liked these Wisconsin and Southern hoppers. These are sharp. I think they were like $90 though, so I just couldn't justify it, but I really wish I would have grabbed those. Very nice piece to add to my collection. Moving along, lots of K-line here. Lots of freight and rolling stock. Lots of Lionel and other manufacturers in O-scale at this vendor. Lots of K-line as well as Rail King. So even some diecast cars here. and then various HO scale rolling stock. Lots of loose freight cars here. Looks like a lot of Athearn blue box. So lots and lots for sale here at the Cedarburg, Wisconsin Model Railroad Show. Like I said earlier, it looks like it is the 30th annual event. So lots and lots of scenery mixed amongst rolling stock. Building kits, trackage. Lots and lots of Walther's Cornerstone building kits. I have not gotten into building kits myself yet, as I just do not have the time. But eventually I would like to see what those Cornerstone building kits are all about. If you're familiar with those, let me know in the comments how those are to put together and how realistic they look and so forth. So are those worth buying and spending the time to assemble, put together, and possibly weather those as well? Let me know your thoughts in the comments about those. So also lots of pre-assembled buildings here you can get your hands on. More Atlas rolling stock and HO scale. Some Lionel intermodal pieces here, which is pretty cool to see. Those are pretty realistic. So lots to choose from at this vendor here. Got some Rail King passenger set car sets there. Lots of steam. Some early diesel locomotives as well. So lots and lots of brand new Lionel pieces here. Lots of Rail King by MTH electric trains. And some really nice quality pieces here. Various railroad steam locomotives. Some early diesels. Some electric as well. I really like those Alaska Railroad locomotives. Those are very sharp. They have a really nice paint scheme. And then even a Super Bowl 31 Green Bay Packers VHS tape there with Brett Favre on the front of that cover. Moving along, more Lionel. More K-Line. And then more buildings pre-assembled, ready to go right onto your layout. So I have noticed at a lot of shows you can score these buildings and the scenery pieces for quite a value. And they are already pre-assembled, so you really can't beat that. Got some more locomotives here loose, as well as the pricing on those. Also, let me know in the comments, what do you think about the pricing at the show from the prices that you can see here? Got various railroad coasters for your beverages. Those are pretty neat. And then various high quality HO scale rolling stock. a fair amount of passenger cars as well. And then even some N-scale. So up next here, we're going to take one last look at the Kettle Moraine Ballast Scorchers at the Wisconsin and Southern passenger train. I wanted to show a closer look at this train here. It was quite impressive, to say the least. So very nicely done on that Wisconsin and Southern train. Next up is the Whiz Kids Model Train Club. So the Whiz with a Z Kids. So this is going to be a Z-scale. So some information on the Whiz Kids there. Moving along. Very nice layout. I think from what I saw in their information, it was either them or the other Z-scale club or organization at the show. But they only meet up at train shows and model train events. So they don't have a permanent facility from what I understand. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. But this is quite impressive for only getting together at train shows. It looks like they actually work on the layout at the shows. So it is under construction, but as you can see, very nice scenery. Look at all those trees. And it adds all that green color and contrast and saturation to the layout. The buildings, vehicles, the scenery, and then the roads. The track work and ballast work is all spot on. So they've got a really nice turntable here and locomotive roundhouse. So very nicely done. We really appreciate you guys as well for attending the show this weekend. I really enjoyed getting a look at your layout here. So quite impressive. And as you can see, it is under construction, like I said, so looks like they're just doing a little at a time, but very nicely done here. We appreciate you guys. Again, that is the Whiz Kids. Back to the vendors. Lots and lots of vendors at the show. Some really nice vehicles and construction equipment here, along with various rolling stock and trackage. They had some really nice vehicles. Like I said earlier, the higher the quality on the vehicles, the more realistic the layout's going to look. So these were really nice as well here. Some of these are different scales. So you got HO in the mix, as well as other diecast scales here. But all of these vehicles are very high quality, as you can see from some of the prices being a little higher. But you get what you pay for. They even got a Dodge Ram Power Wagon there. Lots of Matchbox and Hot Wheels. Other manufacturers as well. Some one-off manufacturers. So, some really unique vehicles at this vendor. Moving along, lots of Lionel rolling stock, scenery, structures, and buildings for sale at this vendor. Also looks like a good amount of N scale. Some really high quality N scale locomotives, some BLI, Kato, lots of rolling stock. Here's the prices for the N scale freight cars and the various manufacturers. Here is some custom painted beer cars. These are always very nice rolling stock pieces here. We'll take a look at those now, as well as some Scene Master vehicles and trucks. So a lot of brewery and beer themes here on these rolling stock pieces. And it looks like the trucks to go along with them. Even Altoona Brewing Company there, so also spent a fair amount of time in Altoona growing up when I was a kid on vacation and family events and so forth. So lots of unique pieces at this vendor here. Even a Sears Craftsman boxcar there. Exact rail, Athearn ready to roll, maintenance away equipment, and more very nice and high quality UPS vehicles and other companies and construction equipment here. Very nice. Some mini metals, some school buses. And then some open box rolling stock in HO scale. A good amount of trees and scenery and turf. More vehicles there on the shelving. So lots of scenery, lots of rolling stock. Some fair prices here. Good amount of passenger cars and some coal hopper sets there for the Burlington Northern. More passenger in HO scale. Various O scale trackage here. Some Walthers mainline new in the box pieces. Really nice Green Bay and Western hoppers there. Those red ones. Those are very nicely done. They've got some graffiti on some hoppers there as well. So some custom pieces at that vendor. Moving along. Some larger scales here. Various locomotives, signals, trackage, a good amount of Hot Wheels cars, some Lionel train sets, as well as locomotives and rolling stock. Some very nice quality pieces here. And then moving along, I believe we have another Z-scale layout here, but a very nice winter scene with multiple passenger trains running, it looks like. So we'll take a little closer look here. So multiple tracks, lots of passenger trains. So it looks like actually multiple scales. So multiple, looks like here we've got like a European theme going on. So some European manufacturers and trains and scenery and buildings. Very nicely done. I really like the like the red tablecloth. It really makes the trackage and the buildings and so forth really stand out. So some close-up videos there of some trains running. We appreciate you guys bringing your layouts and trains to the show this weekend. Those were very unique, and we really enjoyed seeing those. Back to the vendors. More Lionel O-scale. Very nice pieces here. Brand new in the box. $25 to $50. Some really nice quality Sinclair rolling stock here as well. Some trucks and vehicles. As well as some signs for your garage or your hobby or train room or man cave. More railroad signage, as well as like old oil and gasoline companies. Lots of vehicles here as well. Very unique pieces. So lots and lots of diecast vehicles here, mixed in with a lot of Lionel O-scale. So lots of signs. A few months back, I would have been buying more signs, but I have all the signs I need for my train cave or my man cave. So just a matter of getting the rest of them up. But no more signs and purchasing signs for me at this time. So lots and lots of O-scale here at this vendor. Lots of rolling stock, locomotives. Like I said, lots of model car die casts and truck die casts. Lots and lots of Hot Wheels. I know Hot Wheels are big as far as collectibles go, and they're actually making quite a strong comeback. So they even have shows just like this dedicated completely to Hot Wheels cars. So definitely a niche for lots of hobbies. But Hot Wheels and Matchbox and Legos, they are all making a comeback. All toys that I grew up with as a child, so very cool to see. So continuing on here, more K-Line, more Lionel, some really nice quality locomotives here. Even a Wisconsin and Southern locomotive. Always cool to see those. Rail King in the mix here as well. But lots and lots of O scale or O gauge. Seems to be the trend at most of the shows I've attended this show season. Lots and lots of O gauge. Even a Wisconsin and Southern switcher there, as well as some steam locomotives and tenders. Various HO scale, loose rolling stock, some Lionel train sets here as well. And then next up is the Sheboygan Society of Scale Model Railroad Engineers. So this was very unique here. So I want to say that this is garden scale, so G scale. G as in garden scale. Very unique European theme going on here. It seems like multiple trains running. So very high quality pieces, as you can see here, how large these trains actually are. But they have fit quite a lot into this little space here at the train show today, so very nice to see. So very unique. I always like seeing these different scales that are offered within the model railroad hobby. So very realistic, as you can see from the videos of that layout there. So we appreciate you guys as well for attending the show this weekend. Quite a unique layout and something different to see. So we appreciate you guys. Moving along back into some more vendors here. Various HO scale passenger cars. More DVDs and videos. Some railroad literature as well. And then here we have an O-scale layout. Looks like mostly Lionel with multiple animations, lights. So this was a very interesting layout. This one was great for the kids. They could really interact with the layout, get up close. It even had an airfield here. It looks like a military airfield on the end of the layout here. Multiple trains running, great scenery.
Way down there, what's over there?
So a little closer look. They even had some of these older pieces here that actually launched helicopters or some sort of rocket up into the air there, as you can see. So very cool layout to see. Very nice for the kids to interact with the layouts, take a look at it with their families and so forth, and then possibly get them interested in the model railroad hobby. So moving along, starting to wrap up the vendors here. Some really nice buildings and scenery for sale. Some good prices there, and then even some building and structure kits here. Various intermodal containers and trailers. Looks like HO scale. And lots of vehicles here. A fair amount of HO scale rolling stock. Continuing on with the rolling stock here. So a good amount of older HO scale, brand new still in the box, as well as a good amount of newer pieces here as well. A fair amount of locomotives. Next up is the Lionel Railroad Club of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They had some videos rolling here on this monitor, some information about their organization, as well as a small little layout, also very interactive here for the kids to take a look at. A lot going on, a lot of animation and manual switches and signals and so forth that you can interact with on the layout. So very nicely done. We've seen them multiple times as well this show season. Always nice to see them at events. And again, we also appreciate you guys for attending the show. Back to some more vendors here. We got some loose HO scale rolling stock. Looks like this vendor is also in the market to buy trains and rolling stock as well. Some really nice ore hoppers here. Some really nice Union Pacific coal hoppers as well. A lot of them if you're looking to do a unit coal train. And then more loose HO scale rolling stock here. Looks like 3 cars for $20 or $7 a piece. Not too bad there. And then various books and railroad literature. Looks like some more DVDs maybe as well. Some timetables and passenger train schedules. Locomotives, more rolling stock. More HO scale here. Fair amount of Walther's Mainline and Atlas in HO scale. Good amount of Bowser as well in these bins. As well as some nice Union Pacific mechanical reefers there. various locomotives. These bulk tainers were pretty neat with the Union Pacific Herald on them. Those are always unique to see on trains. I see those quite a bit on Z trains, it seems like, in the real world. So those would be interesting. And then various rolling stock, scenery, and structures and buildings. Lots of trackage. This locomotive here is pretty cool. They seem to have this every year at the show. This Milwaukee Road locomotive is very large with sound and lights and so forth.
There you go. Yep, it's using an HO sound card. Yep, and it's using a Z-scale wireless control. And car audio and speakers. These are our summer dates listed right here. So come on out and ride our trains.
So always very cool to see that Milwaukee Road locomotive at this show. We appreciate you guys bringing it out so everyone could see it. A very unique locomotive. Back to some more vendors here. Some really nice quality HO scale rolling stock. Various cornerstone building kits. Some N scale. Continuing on with that theme here. These were some very nice coil cars to the left of the photo there, as well as a fair amount of box cars. Good amount of passenger cars as well. Also, lots of pre-assembled buildings and structures. And now we will move into the last layout. We'll take a look at here the Milwaukee and Southeastern N-scale layout. Very nice lighting here on these street lights. I really like the color on that lighting there. It's almost like a blue effect, like an LED effect, as well as the lighting inside the buildings. The buildings are phenomenal, very realistic, as well as the rest of the scenery, the track work and ballast work. But yeah, look at the lights even on that building there, very impressive and adds a lot of detail. Multiple trains running on the layout here. We've got an Amtrak passenger train passing by now. Really like the trees and the turf and the road work. The crossings and the grade crossings, very nicely done. The farm scene here, really simple and clean and so realistic. And there goes the Amtrak train again passing by now. The roads are phenomenal. The parking spaces and the lines on the road. Looks like a depot here maybe with the bus out front. But really like the trees, the rock work and the bridge work. Got a water scene here with the river. We'll take a close-up look here at the river underneath the bridge. So very clean. That was one thing I really noticed about this layout. It's very clean. It's not cluttered. They even brought a railroad crossing sign there that lit up, which was pretty neat. Another look here at the river and the bridge. So a really nice layout here. They even have, looks like a drive-in movie theater with some railfan videos playing. Maybe that's C Vision Productions or 7 Idea Productions, or maybe some Charlie Smiley videos or Pentrex there at the drive-in movie theater. But as you can see, very realistic. Really like this layout here in N scale. Fantastic scenery and very nicely done overall. So we appreciate you guys attending the show this weekend. Nice to see you. So that would do it for the show itself. Next up, myself, Green Bay, Dave Havens, and Ben Saporsky Productions would head on over to Hefner's Frozen Custard in Cedarburg. So they have frozen custard and like a smash burger type burger. So here is a look at the menu at Hefner's and what they have to offer. They even have the huge Hefner burger on the menu, which was pretty funny. I got a double cheeseburger here and just a glass of water. And then here is the building and restaurant from the parking lot. And next up here, myself, Green Bay Dave Havens, and Ben Saporsky Productions would head through Milwaukee and head on over to Hiawatha Hobbies in Pewaukee. So a great hobby shop, especially for model railroaders. They have a ton of HO scale items to offer there. So they even got some O gauge, I believe, as well there, but lots and lots of HO scale. So we are going to head through Milwaukee now and head on over to Hiawatha Hobbies in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. So we decided to drive through Milwaukee to give you a look at the city. I believe here we are getting onto 94 westbound. So we are headed west now, pulling up to Ben here and Dave in the passenger seat on our journey to Hiawatha Hobbies. Next up, as we head west out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we are going to pass the Milwaukee Brewers Stadium. So that is Miller Park there. It's always going to be Miller Park, so not American Family Field or whatever they call it now. And then there's Green Bay Dave riding shotgun there in Ben's truck. And then we arrive at Hiawatha Hobbies in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So that's going to do it for the Cedarburg, Wisconsin Model Railroad Show, the 30th annual event in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please give the video a like, leave me a comment with your thoughts, and also subscribe to the RockRiverRails YouTube channel. And this is Travis from RockRiverRails signing out. And as always, I will see you guys next time.